actually been playing Prodigy for I think maybe 6 years.
Okay, so if many of you guys don't know, I've actually been playing Prodigy for I think maybe 6 years. I don't know, but about 6 years I've been playing Prodigy, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys about the changes which have occurred from Prodigy of 6 years ago to Prodigy of now. So number one, our first change is that the characters, right? The characters look way different from what they used to do back then. Back then it used to look more pixelated, like let me show you. Right, as you guys can see over here, in old Prodigy, characters looked way older. As you guys can see, it's quite evident. They looked smaller and were more pixelated. As not only that, the characters were smaller on screen. Let's go to same zone and compare, right? So you guys can see the characters are larger. They're better designed than what they used to be, and you guys can see that's all. The area's graphics hasn't changed too much. Actually, Prodigy hasn't revamped any of the graphics of any of the areas. Of course, there are new areas which have been added. Those have had graphic changes, and there are new areas which have been put in, and those have had graphic changes. But other than that, most areas have not had major changes to them, except for Bonfire Spire. Maybe that place does have some changes done to it. On top of that, you'll notice is that these crates have been added into Prodigy. These were not here before, and they actually do give us some Florians and currency of several areas. But yeah, speaking of looks, if you just look at the battle screen in certain areas, you guys can tell it's obviously updated. Alright, as you guys can see, in old Prodigy you would get the achievements up in your face, and really the main things which are over there was that the animals look different. You could still buy yourselves the epics over here, you guys can see. And Florian, I guess you guys can say they did look a little bit different. I guess you could say they did update the areas a little bit, but the changes between old and new Prodigy are tremendous. Now for the graphics changes, if you guys go to areas like Skywatch or Bonfire Spire, what you guys will see is that certain areas graphics have been revamped, like they've changed it, but not too much. Like this place over here, yeah, this has changed. Slurp used to be over here, and Blue, like they've done the minimum changes, but the areas themselves have remained the same. Of course, instead of Barnacle Cove, we actually ended up getting ourselves Shipwrecked Shore, where it's a shore where a ship has wrecked. And you guys can see all of that is in, but the main thing which we've gotten now is that we can actually go into the academy. Once upon a time, the academy was like, oh, we cannot go there, but now you guys can see you can go into the academy and you have 2 stones unlocked. But the thing about the academy is, you guys can see when you exit the academy, right, you end up like in any area you choose. But in old Prodigy, it used to be is that you could actually see the pedestal stones outside of the academy. Yeah, that's right, they were kept outside of the academy, because the main way you'd get to the academy was you'd go through Lamplight Town, you'd head up over here, and then what you guys would see is you'd go up over here. But up over here, it's now blocked off. You cannot go up. But over here used to be the academy pedestals, right? They've actually blocked off the area. It's actually pretty cool at the same time, but sad. Another thing as well, of course, all of the pets have changed. They've added new pets, and the mythical epics are no longer available. So that's something as well. And another thing I'd say, Dynardic Oasis has lost its quests, right? So Professor Scrooge actually used to give us quests in Prodigy once upon a time, but now he just sits there like, yes, dude, that's peasant. But now he just watches us dig up an area, right? It's pretty boring. And another thing which I'd say is that the museum over here, it used to be that all of these statues over here used to be Tyrannosauruses, but now they've changed a little bit. That's pretty cool. Also, this is one of the only areas where you can't see your, hotbar menus. Like, you can't see any of the area over there. That's pretty cool. But the digging mechanics haven't changed much since the beginning. Another thing that would be is that Newt has appeared up in the top left corner over here to keep you guys company and tell you where you're going. Like you guys will see over here in areas like this, Newts may sometimes appear up on the top left hand corner of your screen, but it's not often. Oh, a new thing which Prodigy's added is basically their information page. It's Wizard Watch. Like, this opens up whenever you log in, so there's no way you can miss it, and it has information about everything new which is going on in Prodigy. Well, it's not everything new, but you guys can see it still gives us a lot of information. Still, to this day, the Friends feature has nothing in it, like it doesn't give us extra rewards or anything. You know, Prodigy should make it that we get rewards based on, like, the friends in-game or something like that. You know, make it a little bit better, but it hasn't changed. On top of that, the mailbox system, nah. But the only thing which Prodigy has done is they've made the Prodigy app, which lets us easily access Prodigy. So basically lets us skip logging in. And really, another thing which should happen is that cloud mounts are added, currency items, but in reality, Prodigy hasn't changed much over the 6 years that I've played. Of course, there have been new zones and areas, it's had art changes. In reality, it's had no huge new zones added in, or well, its development seems to be going very slow if you guys ask. Oh yeah, another thing that was added in was Tower Town. It wasn't there previously, but to be honest, it's kind of a flop. If I'm being honest, I think Tower Town was to get students to do their quests quicker, but in reality, what happened is that, you know, people just don't do it anymore. Like, nah, it's not done anymore. Okay guys, so another part of Prodigy that's changed is the Dark Tower. Right, you guys can see, based on how it looks in this, right, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Right, you guys can see this is what the outside of the Dark Tower looked in Prodigy. You guys can see it's changed quite a bit, and then we just end up over there. Now let's check over here. As you guys can see, the tower looks a lot different. It's on land now. It used to be in Prodigy that the tower was actually in water and had a statue of Myra Shade holding a sword. But now you guys can see it just looks like a watchtower of a castle. You can walk in. The rooms now are way different than what they used to be. Right, like over here you guys can see if you enter in, the rooms used to look like this. The wheel spinning is still there, but it's different now. And then you guys can see 4 years ago, okay, approximately 4 years ago, you guys can see the Dark Tower kind of looked like this, and really it hasn't changed much. But one of the things which has changed is the spell book, right? They changed up the spell book so you guys can like cast spells better in a different way, but in reality it's gotten really stale. They haven't had any huge updates other than new areas, but you guys can see that they did update the Dark Tower. Alright guys, so you guys can see that there have been a lot of differences between Prodigy from 6 years ago but to now. Another one of them I think might be the map, but I actually cannot remember displaying the map in my old videos because I literally never used it. So now another thing which you guys will notice is that in certain areas like Crystal Caverns and Chill Mountain, they've kind of added these paths telling you where you guys can go. Like it roughly marks out wherever you can go. In old Prodigy, I don't think this existed at all. I hope you guys found this video entertaining, informational, and if you did, please do make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you to everyone for doing that. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, give this video a humongous thumbs up, and I will be catching y'all next time. One Dr. Genius out the house. Bye and have a good time.
Showing you how you can get yourself easy level 100 pets in Prodigy.
Just accepted one of the bounties, number 1, and what it said is we need to go to the Screwball Shack. We need to find the monster which you have a bounty after, right? And this looks like the Screwball Shack, and as you guys can see right over here, we have ourselves our bounty pet. And what you guys will see is that he also comes at level 100, right? So from this, what you guys can see, this is an easy way to get yourself level 100 pets. And what's more is most of them usually have over 8,000 health, so you will be guaranteed to catch them after 1 or 2 attacks. Allows you to get yourself easy level 100 pets. Now of course you have to be pets which are available by bounties, and to remember you can level them up if you're getting them at level 100, meaning they will be stuck at that level for eternity to come. 1,000 health left, so obviously let's catch him. Yes, you button. Yes, I want to catch these pets. Okay, anyways, we've caught the pet over here right now. We won the battle, we got the pet.